Hello, I'm Ariel Kai. I'm an American teaching English in China, and I'm visiting Hong Kong. I'm here with Mark Sung, and he's starting an exciting new school here in Fortress Hill. What are you going to be doing at the school?
Well, I've just embarked on this really exciting project where I'm opening a tutorial center to teach English and Chinese language subjects to children from primary 1 up to secondary level. And basically I embarked on this because I think it's essential for children in Hong Kong in this day and age that they must be fluent in languages.
I agree with you. I really do. And you've had quite a varied background too. Your family's here from Hong Kong, but you grew up in Glasgow, was it?
That's right. Yeah, we originally came from the New Territories of Hong Kong, and one of the villages near the border with China. And in the 50s and the 60s, people from the village, the clan, they were able to emigrate to England. And I was one of the later ones when I left Hong Kong in the 60s, and ended up in Glasgow where my people were, and many people started Chinese restaurants, and once they became successful in their business, they brought their children over to Scotland or England and put them into school, and so they could get a proper education in English, and I was one of those. So I know what it's like to learn a language from scratch. I was 9 years old and I didn't speak a word of English, but I had to pick it up.
And now you're so fluent, you sound like a native speaker.
Well, it's harder than it looks. So, yes, I ended up going to school and then university. I graduated with a degree in biological science. And after graduation, I looked for work and got a job teaching biology and science at a private school in South England, in Hampshire. So I was very lucky. The environment there was really beautiful in the countryside. And after a couple of years of that, I decided I wanted to come back to Hong Kong and started working. I first started in Singapore. Now, Singapore has a real good start on teaching the people bilingual skills.
I've heard that.
Yeah, majority of people learn Mandarin as well as English. So the young generation especially are fluent in English. And as a result, Singaporeans can be employed by foreign national companies all over Asia. And
That's probably a good idea for the children in Hong Kong as well.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, Hong Kong has fallen somewhat behind in teaching children language, and English especially. And so I think this is the time now for the parents of Hong Kong to try and help their own children to become fluent in English.
And then learning English and Mandarin can make all the difference in their future careers, don't you think?
Absolutely, yeah. Many companies now ask for bilingual skills. You know, to speak to someone like yourself, that you've seen in your stay in Hong Kong. If you tried to speak to someone, or if you asked for help from someone who did not speak English, you know, it would be very difficult for you. You know, your experience would be very different.
Yes.
And
I've had a great experience here.
Yeah.
You've also lived in the United States too, didn't you tell me, for 5 years?
Yes, that's right. I was very lucky. I went to Hawaii, and because by then I was working in television, and learn a lot about the technical aspect of television production. I was employed by the Hawaiian Public Cable TV Corporation to teach the community classes in television production. So, and because of my fluency in English and having that skill, and using that to teach a more technical subject like television production, it having a base in English allowed me to have more command of technical English, which I needed to teach people. So again, communication is the most important aspect, in any job, really.
So you're really one of those overseas Chinese who have returned to Hong Kong to try to help build a future here for the children.
Yes. I came back about 3 years ago, and I noticed right away how the level of English has not really improved over the years. And it was, there are many people working hard on that problem. But so for someone like me, I think the timing is right. That if I'm lucky and if everything goes well, I'll be able to help a lot more children in Hong Kong how to improve their English.
So what kind of courses will you be offering here?
Well, first of all, I'm basing the teaching aspect on Cambridge English. Is an internationally recognized course to help young children to learn English from the very beginning. And so many schools in Hong Kong already use that syllabus, and I myself have taught that when I was working as an English teacher part-time and freelancing in different government schools in Hong Kong throughout the territory. I was teaching in Hong Kong Island and Kowloon and the New Territories, so I have a good overall view of what the level of English is in English school in government schools in Hong Kong.
And now you're starting your new school, and you can put your ideas into effect here.
That's right. Yes, and I think the important thing to remember, our language. If a child start early enough, the language becomes second nature. English or German or French or Spanish. And it's a question of practice and having a good teacher. And at first it's difficult, but there's a kind of learning curve. But everybody goes through that. It's not impossible. Millions of people speak English, just as millions of people speak Chinese.
So how can parents reach you if they want to have their children come study at your school?
Well, this is the 21st century. We have the telephone, we have email, a website, and so on. And starting with the telephone. Our telephone number is 3485-5488. So please call 3485-5488, and somebody will answer the phone.
And what is the name of the school again?
I call it True Education.
True Education.
Yeah, True Educational Center.
Well, learning languages is certainly part of a true education.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yes. And our logo is the world of knowledge at your door. Because all you have to do is come out your doorway, and you're in the world of knowledge. You come into the world of knowledge. And it's not difficult. It's a little bit like juggling.
Oh,
my hobby.
Are you going to juggle for us?
Yes. So.
That's good.
There you go. Juggle.
Thank you, Mark.